We told you we'd be back.
We want to hear you enjoying yourself.
You're in big trouble, mister.
W3L. W3L.
This week on W3L Wrestling Showdown, it's a women's tag team match with a huge W3L Women's Championship implications. And Nina Samuels, our W3L Women's Champion, finds herself between a rock and a hard place. If the champions team is victorious, then her partner Rubi Roberts will become number one contender to the Women's Championship. If the opposing team of Katie Mills and Moxie Malone pick up the win, then the lady who scored the winning fall or submission will become number one contender. Can Nina trust Rubi Roberts? Can Moxie and Katie coexist with such high stakes? Only one way to find out, and tune in this week's W3L Wrestling Showdown.
Introducing first.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the longest running weekly wrestling show on YouTube, W3L Wrestling Showdown. And it's a tag team contest this week. Moxie Malone at the front, Katie Mills. Moxie Malone is impressed here at W3L the short time she's been. And as we saw, well, we'll get to the pre-showdown that took place earlier in the week. We'll get to that in just a second, because it was the champion and her tag team partner that was interviewed by Fiona. And I'll explain the stipulation in just a moment too.
And then let's bring out their opponents.
Well, Rubi Roberts returns. And she finds herself teaming with hell of a t-shirt. Rubi Roberts finds herself teaming with the person that she's been chasing for the better part of a year. Rubi Roberts has made no secret she wants to be the W3L Women's Champion. Rubi is the underdog that just gets so close and just misses out, whether it's by short-handed tactics or just getting unlucky. And here comes the W3L Women's Champion gracing us with her presence, and she's quite the unorthodox champion in the sense, ladies and gentlemen, Some like her, some don't. There we go. Well,
Introducing at this time the star of the Nina Samuels Show and your W3L Women's Champion, Nina Samuels.
well, Nina Samuels making progress with W3L fans. I bet that actually did really sting a little bit. She's warming to the W3L fans as the W3L fans warming to her. Ladies and gentlemen, now the stipulation is this, and I'll try to explain the best I can here. So, Katie Mills and Moxie Malone, if they win, but not only that, they win, they get the win, but the person that gets the win, that gets the victory, that scores the pinfall or the submission, much like in Berwick with Steve Ali and Taylor Bryden, they'll become #1 contender to Nina Samuels' W3L Women's Championship. So, for an example, if Katie Mills pins Nina Samuels or Rubi Roberts, Katie Mills will go to Mayday and challenge for the W3L Women's Championship. And of course, if Moxie Malone scores the pinfall, she'll go to Mayday and challenge for the W3L Women's Championship. And there's a Katie Mills showing her power and strength there. Now on the flip side of that coin, if Nina Samuels and Rubi Roberts win this contest, great, they get the win. But it doesn't matter if Nina gets the pinfall or the submission. If the team wins, Rubi Roberts gets the opportunity at the W3L Women's Championship at Mayday. So, high stakes here this afternoon, and a front face lock by Nina Samuels. Look at that nice cartwheel. And Nina Samuels, the former star of NXT UK, no one can deny she does sometimes. And this nice basement drop kick, a lateral press. Doesn't get her. She does sometimes maybe take the shortcut, but there's no denying the skill of Nina Samuels. And now the misfit Moxie Malone is in, and an arm drag by Samuels. And Moxie Malone. Oh, here comes Rubi Roberts now. And the dates that you can see, of course, May 16th will be in Hoyk, and then Dunblane, Musselburgh. And then June 15th, of course, Grangemouth. Of course, night 4 will be in Resolution, June 14th at the Fife Ice Arena in Kirkcaldy. More information on that following this contest in this broadcast. Double team maneuver coming up. Drops the axe handle to Samuels. And now, look at this. Samuels. This is what I'm talking about, those little shortcuts. And you know what, sometimes I would complain, sometimes I would maybe say I would moan, but you know what, at the end of the day, Moxie would probably do the damn same thing. So fight fire with fire, especially when there's an opportunity to the Women's Championship on the line. And here's a lateral press. Rubi Roberts would love nothing more to go to Mayday and challenge for that W3L Women's Championship. Ducks the clothesline. What a storied career Rubi has had in W3L, revolving the Women's Championship. And nice scoop slam. And the competition's just getting bigger and better in the women's division. Of course, you can't count out the newest edition, Henna. And look at that, Katie Mills stopping Rubi in her tracks there on the outside as she tags in. And look at this now, Moxie taking advantage of that distraction by Nina Samuels, of course. Nina's just looking out for Rubi, but unintentionally helping the opposition here, and Moxie with a knee into the corner, and then a bulldog. I guess KT's legal. Look out, leg drop. Hooks the leg. He gets 2. And Ruby's in a whole lot of trouble just like that, and of course all 4 of these ladies have never teamed before, and you've got to wonder, at least for Nina and Ruby, it's a shoe-in if Ruby and Nina win. Ruby's going to Mayday, so it's regardless, but with Moxie and KT, you've got to wonder, it's in the back of their head as Moxie's tries to, oh wait a minute, KT now trying to take out Nina Samuels. Nina Samuels takes out KT. No one there for the tag as Moxie gets to Ruby first. It's in the back of Moxie and KT's mind here. If I get the win, if I score the victory for my team, I'm going to Mayday. So you would imagine that Moxie and KT will not want to tag out frequently as you would in a traditional tag team match. And now KT now tagged in. Snapmare. And ladies and gentlemen, we're also going to take a look at how Resolution is shaping up after last week's huge bombshell announcements. An enziguri by Roberts, and this is maybe the chance that she was looking for. She's right there. Oh, she was just an eyelash away. Kicks Moxie out, and there's the tag. Here comes the champ. Clothesline. And another one. The star of the Nina Samuels show is shining bright right now. Scoop slam. Fireman's carry. Oh, Moxie managed to fight out of it. Pushes Samuels off. Samuels went for the knee and got it. Not all of it, but enough. Axe kick. Lateral press. 2-0. Unorthodox pinfall there, but Moxie managed to find a way out of it. Nina now. Let's go for a power bomb here. Oh, wait a minute. Double leg takedown. Jackknife covered by Malone. Oh, look at this. Nice switch. Samuels really on the top of her game right now as Moxie is fighting out of this power move here. Oh, here we go. Oh, and she did counter it into an arm drag. I don't know what Nina was planning. I guess we'll never know. There's an elbow. Fireman's carry again. This time, oh, across the knee of Samuels. Hooks the leg, could be all, and KT breaks up. Not only for her team, but for herself. Mills wants that championship opportunity, but right now she's not legal, and she just got smacked right in the mouth and nose. She could have a broken nose. Double team maneuver by Roberts and Samuels. Oh! Malone moved! Malone ducked out of the way and Samuels struck Roberts. KT's dragged out Samuels into the post. Samuels is out, and all of a sudden the landscape of this contest has changed as it's 2-1. Oh, wait a minute. Killer switch. Moxie into the cover. 2. Moxie's going to Mayday. Moxie's bagged herself the win and a championship opportunity. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the replay and see how that went down. Mills isn't happy, but here's the look. Here's where it all went Pete Tong. The kick as Moxie moved, and then into there, the killer switch, and Malone got the pin. Well, ladies and gentlemen, stick with us because we're going to take a look of how Mayday and Resolution are both shaping up to be great events via demand. Progress Plus. Mayday takes place May 16th in Hoyt, and of course June 14th for Resolution at Kirkcaldy Fife Ice Arena. Wait a minute, we're gonna stick with this, and it looks like Nina Samuels blaming Roberts for that loss. It was Nina that hit Roberts. Be an accident, it wasn't Roberts' fault. Oh! Roberts says, nah, hell with you, it wasn't my fault. And Rubi Roberts leaving her tag team partner, walking out. And you can damn sure bet that Roberts is coming for that W3L Women's Championship at some point, but the main story is it'll be Moxie Malone first at Mayday, and oh, Nina Samuels is not happy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go and take a look at Mayday and Resolution. Well, ladies and gentlemen, because of that win, Moxie Malone now challenges Nina Samuels for the W3L Women's Championship at Mayday on May 16th in Hawick on the Borders. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to that, a non-championship match is scheduled. It will be Robert Starr taking on Father Luke Aldridge of the Commune. Now, one has to assume if Robert Starr can get the win here, it may put him in line for a championship opportunity somewhere down the line. However, a win here for Father Luke would give him so much momentum going into Resolution. More information on that in just a few moments. And then it'll be Canadian versus Canadian as the hardcore horse Tim Strange returns, and he will take on former WWE superstar Joe E. Legend, ladies and gentlemen. And then now, ladies and gentlemen, that takes us to Resolution from the Kirkcaldy Fife Ice Arena with huge announcements made last week's showdown. Here's how Resolution is looking. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, it will be WWE superstar Eugene gracing us with his presence. He'll go one-on-one with the Blood Tourist in the Commune Zone, looking sharp. Then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, it was a bombshell, a shocker. Mike Musso will go one-on-one with wrestling's most handsome man, Hugo Harris. How's this going to look when the merchandise and wrestling's most handsome man collide at the Kirkcaldy Fife Ice Arena? And then, ladies and gentlemen, it was also announced last week, Tier 0 Taylor Bryden in his hometown of Kirkcaldy will challenge for the W3L World Heavyweight Championship when he goes one-on-one with Father Luke Aldridge. However, will the Commune play a big part in this contest, or Taylor Bryden become a 3-time W3L World Heavyweight Champion? It all comes your way, May 16th for Mayday, June 14th for Resolution, and we'll see you next Sunday for more W3L Wrestling Showdown as we are on the road to Resolution.
Why do I still have hope? So many days have passed. I wait around for things to change, but change has not come fast. I'm asking all the questions, but then I question them, like what's the point of living?